Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondon and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, Twin Flame Romance, Life Path and Purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondonauthor.com. And don't forget to download the free Twin Flames Affirmation Meditation. The link is below. Welcome to Twin Flame Guidance, where I guide you through a Twin Flame topic each week. So today's topic is, what if your Divine Masculine or your Twin Flame, it doesn't matter, you could be a Divine Masculine watching this too. What if your Twin Flame is showing you exactly what you need to know? Now, this is super subtle, so I'm going to go into some examples so that you can better understand this concept. In other videos, we do talk about twin flame triggers, or for example, if your Divine Masculine triggers you. And I'm going to put the link to that video right here so you can check it out after this video. What I'm talking about here are not only triggers, because triggers certainly do exist, but I am talking about in your twin flames' words, what they say to you, in their behavior, and also in what they don't say to you. There are hidden messages inside of those. Now, here is why. You and your twin flame, before you incarnated here on Earth separately, you have an agreement that you have put into fine detail. It's your soul contract, your soul agreement together. And in this soul contract, in this soul agreement that you have with your twin flame, you have already decided ahead of time the things that you would move through in this lifetime together. Now, some of these things include the obstacles that you're needing to overcome, the things, the challenges, the major challenges that are part of your soul's journey and the other half of your soul, which is your twin flame soul's journey, that help the soul evolve, change, and grow. Now, because you and your twin are the same soul, split into two separate physical bodies, your twin flame already knows, even if it's subconsciously, they already know what you, as a other half of the soul, are needing to move through in this evolution of the soul's journey in this lifetime. So as such, even though this may be completely subconscious or unconscious, if you will, there's a little bit of awareness, but it might not even be anywhere near the surface. Your twin flame will say things, do things, or not do things in order to resurface the things that you need to take a look at in order to change and transform them. They might not even come as triggers. So that's why I really wanted to outline this, because they might not come as triggers. You might not particularly get triggered by it. You might be a little confused, baffled. You might be a little bit like put off by it, but you might not actually have the knee-jerk reaction trigger that some major things can bring to you. So we're talking about these real subtleties that may make you go, I wonder why they're showing up in this way, but you don't really know what to do with it. I'm going to give you an example from my story. My twin flame, after a period of time, constantly showed up with an offer of friendship only. Now, if you're a twin flame, you know as well as I know that it's really hard for twin flames to be friends and nothing more than friends because of the strong connection, the strong chemistry. And so when my twin flame showed up like this, not one time, not two times, not three times, not four times, like 10 times, it really left me a little bit confused. Now, at times it did trigger me, but in the more recent times when my twin flame showed up with an offer of friendship, it didn't trigger me as much as it confused me. And because it confused me, I really didn't know what to do with it. And I thought, well, maybe that's just where he is at on his particular journey, that he isn't able to see the bigger picture of this connection. So I'm going to let him go along his journey and figure this out. When in fact, the repetitiveness of his message of, I want to be friends, I only want to be friends, I want to make sure that we're friends, I want to make sure that we're nothing more than friends, the repetitiveness of this message actually had a message for me. And I didn't realize that until really recently. So the message that it had in it for me, again, super subtle, was the fact that here is a man offering friendship to me, a woman, and I had to take a look at the dynamics between men and women in friendships and how that has showed up in my personal life. So in my personal life, how that has showed up in my past is that A, I've had more men friends than women friends in my past. B, the lines of male friendship with me have always been rather blurred. So there always seems to come a point where there is this question of a physical or intimate relationship other than friendship, even if it's just very casual. So when I realized that perhaps the thing that was my twin flame was saying to me and offering friendship, and in fact, the funny thing is that he offered friendship, but he never followed through with actual friendship. So when I really began to ponder upon this, I was like, well, maybe there's a deeper message here for me that I need to take a look at. Me having had more male friends than female friends and having blurred the lines between men and women friendships, in particular with myself, I really had to take a look at what do friendships with men for me personally look like. And it really began this introspective journey into that particular thing. The other thing it made me take a look at in the realm of friendship was, why don't I have more female friendships? And so it was a message given to me by my twin flame, but in a way, because of the repetitive nature in which he presented it to me, it told me there's something in it for me that I really need to look at. So your twin flame, I'm sure this has happened to you, because I'm a twin flame too, and I know how this works. But I'm sure your twin flame has also mentioned things to you that have left you a little bit confused. But in the end, it's something that perhaps had a hidden message for you that you weren't getting. And that could be any number of things. It doesn't have to be your twin flame friend zoning you. It could be them saying something to you that is slightly annoying, but it doesn't trigger you in a way that gives you, again, that knee-jerk reaction that you're like, oh my God, I need to perhaps take a look at this, or put you off even, or make you want to push them away. Because I can guarantee you that in all of those instances, whatever your reaction is, it typically means with a twin flame connection, I'm not saying this happens with everybody, but with a twin flame connection, it's typically something that your twin's soul is telling you, hey, you know what? Open your eyes to this. Take a look at this, because it really might be something that you're needing to take a look at too. So another example might be ghosting. So if your twin flame has ghosted you, and I also posted a video, gosh, a while back, probably 6 or 7 months back, about your twin flame ghosting you, and I'll put the link right here. So if your twin flame has ghosted you in the past, one thing that you might want to take a look at is, have you enacted this behavior of ghosting other people? Not your twin flame, but other people. So it could be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, a friend, or a past love interest relationship. So again, taking a look at that. And if it isn't an action, then take a look at your reaction in relation to what your twin flame is saying or not saying, or doing or not doing. So just take a look at that and say, where does this show up in me? And why is this showing up in me in this particular manner, fashion, why am I creating some attachment to this if you're creating attachment to it? Now, it doesn't mean that everything your twin flame says or does not do or does not say is going to create a type of reaction within you, because it won't. There are some things that are just things in life, or there are some things that just belong to your twin flame. But if it generates any type of strong physical, emotional, thought process reaction, then typically it's something that they're showing you. They're absolutely showing it to you. And they're saying, hey, take a look at this in your own life and see where you need to grow and change it. Going back to the example of the friendship or the friend zoning, because I know that's happened to a lot of you as well. Going back to the friend zoning example, for example, it was funny because like that had been ongoing off and on for a couple of years, the friend zoning. And I had never, it took me so long to actually get it and take a look at it that I can fully understand that if your twin flame has indeed friend zoned you and you've had this like upset reaction because you're like, I don't understand this. Like we've always had an intimate connection, an intimate relationship. I have no idea why my twin is friend zoning me. Then like me, go ahead and take a look at that and try to see, again, your dynamics of friendship with the person. If your twin flame's a man, your dynamics of relationship with men. If your twin flame's a woman, your dynamics in relationship with a woman. So really taking a look at that. But I would say the good way you can do this, so it's an easy way and a good way that you can do this, is be like an investigative reporter, especially if there's a lot of challenge and there are a lot of obstacles between you and your twin. So if you constantly see challenges, separation, obstacles, really like tumultuous type things that are happening between you and your twin, instead of looking at it as like my twin is doing this to me, look at it as I am an investigative reporter to try to calculate and see what clues my twin is handing to me, and I'm going to solve the puzzle of all of these clues. And that makes it a lot more exciting. It depersonalizes it a little bit so that you don't get in this emotional roller coaster way of being, because you know that can happen. And more often than not, it really does happen. But if you stay a little bit removed from the situation and look at it as like, I'm a detective or I'm an investigative reporter, and I'm just going to gather up all these clues and see how this can apply to my life to better my life or better my relationship with my twin flame. Rest assured, once you start to do that on a more consistent basis, your twin will show up differently for you. They will show up differently because it's almost as if they're telling you, well, finally, you got what I was trying to tell you. And this is coming from their soul. Again, on a conscious level, most twin flames are not totally conscious of what they're doing to their twin, because a lot of it is very much from a soul level. So if you're interacting in the 3D physical world, unless if you're really astute, you're not going to pick it up. And I'm certain that I have said many things to my twin that have triggered him or have left him going, I wonder what this is about. But I didn't know that the words that I was saying or the things that I was doing was actually causing that reaction in him. So again, totally subconscious from a soul level, you are designed to do this. You have agreed to do this. And I hope this helped you to understand, look, your twin flame has your best interest at heart. If they are truly a bona fide twin flame, if they're really your twin flame, they have your best interest at heart. They're not out to get you. They're not out to hurt you. They're not out to, make you frustrated for life. That is absolutely not what they come into your life to do. So take a look at this, be the investigative reporter or the detective, and As you begin to see the things that are coming your way from your twin and decode them and take them to heart to make changes in your own life, rest assured, things will get better for you. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for your support of my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp or meditation course. You can also join our group coaching. The link is below. And I will see you in the next video.